Welcome to the Development Grove with Cenarius, a special report about the development of Turtle WoW 2.0. I have been granted permission to share some of the details from hours of chatting with Cenarius, the lead developer of Unreal Azeroth. Through this report, I hope the public of Turtle WoW and those curious about this exciting project can understand more about what the project is, where its development progress is currently, and dispel some of the lingering confusion from its secrecy. Since its announcement last year, which garnered enough attention to earn Turtle WoW's YouTube channel a copyright strike from Blizzard Legal, the Unreal Azeroth team have continued to work on the project. However, in the resounding silence following a clear warning shot from Blizzard, both the Turtle team and the Unreal Azeroth team have not made continuing updates about this endeavor a priority. This has led to lingering confusion about where the project is currently, or indeed if it exists at all. Thanks to the willingness of insiders wishing to grant me access, I have this report.
Who dares the wrath of Cenarius?
My main source of information for this report is Cenarius, who is the lead developer for Unreal Azeroth. He has done work in the private server space previously and developed a working relationship with the Turtle team. I get the distinct impression his previous work and the frustration of working with outdated tools and buggy clients acted as an inspiration. The need was there for a better system, so Cenarius started work on a way to bring a vanilla client into a different game engine, and the Unreal Azeroth project was born.
I will watch over you from the forest.
The two projects are separate entities at this point, with their own development team, but their interests are aligned. Turtle WoW wants a better client to develop their project on. Unreal Azeroth wants to make a better client for vanilla WoW. Thanks to the success in the past of Turtle, they help fund the Unreal Azeroth project and in turn are given regular presentations about development of this client, which is to become Turtle 2.0.
Now, my warriors.
Though I have been privy to these presentations, due to the private server industry being in a perpetual legal gray area, these updates are held in the strictest of confidence. Knowing this, and knowing the overwhelming desire for the community to know more about Turtle 2.0, I advocated for more information, even if heavily curated, to be released to the greater private server community.
Is that what you tell yourself?
Recently, I have been getting what could be considered weekly changelogs about the development of Unreal Azeroth. In my work to continue to bring information to the public, I hope to report on changelogs like these and integrate them into my normal weekly news broadcasts. Exclusive information like this does come with several caveats, of course. Understanding what each point means can be murky, as I am just a simple newswork. Some of them might have been through AI chat translation. Some of them might be repeated, counterintuitive, or downright nonsensical. So while these changelogs remain more technical, thanks to the working relationship I have with Cenarius and his unwavering patience for an orc in his midst,
you creatures are as reckless and bloodthirsty as they ever were.
Any of the changes that I don't understand will be explained, and then in turn I will bring what I consider the most interesting points to the public. In truth, I have learned more about development than I ever cared to know, but it has helped me in understanding the broader scope of how everything works together. For instance, take this note. Tilting on terrain now supports tilting on only one axis. Something as simple as riding a mount up a hill requires tuning to better approximate WoW behavior. Imagine if every little thing in-game, from chat to user interface to damage values, everything in its entirety needs to be determined for a server client. See, it is not a simple cut and paste job to recreate WoW in another engine entirely. WoW is an intrinsically online game. Most everything that happens when playing the game needs to be communicated to a server. For as long as private servers have existed more or less, gameplay has relied on mostly well understood communication between the client or player and the server. While you take your mount up that hill, your client tells the server your new location. The server informs your client that it needs to display your character on their mount with a certain orientation because of the hill that is there. This example helps explain the direction and thrust of development in Unreal Azeroth. The development team must use various tools to recontextualize everything a vanilla server does to make a game client function. Here is another easy example from the changelog. Footstep sounds and footprints with terrain type consideration. While walking around in Winterspring, the game client tells the server that a player is walking over the snow. But the server client needs to tell the game client to display footprints and play the appropriate sound of a booted foot walking across fresh powder snow. The image of a snowy footprint and the sound file that plays are simple enough to find and copy to a new game client, sure. What isn't determined is how the server client tells the game client when and where to put those snowy footprints. The 1.17.2 Turtle WoW game and server client know how to do this, but a function as simple as this needs to be coded into the Unreal Azeroth system. From the two changelogs I've been able to gather so far, even basic game functions need tuning and fixing. This includes animation. To the average WoW player, understanding that gnomes and tauren walk at the same speed is well known, despite their different stature. However, a new game engine doesn't know this, and needs to be instructed that movement speed is determined without respect to the player model size. Emotes like waving while sitting seem simple enough. However, if there is no instruction to allow blending of animations, then every single animation will overwrite the newest one. A player's interface is no different. The client needs to know how to display the duration of buffs, how and what information to give in tooltips, in addition to knowing when to query the server for this information. Here too we can see that there are already specific developments being made on behalf of the Turtle 2.0 project as well. In vanilla, a player has their PvP rank as a prefix to their name. But on Turtle WoW, you can pay a NPC a small bit of gold to remove the prefix to the name. So to those that think Unreal Azeroth has nothing to do with Turtle WoW, it would seem the two are still connected enough to warrant specific development objectives.
Let battle be joined.
While I could likely go on for much longer about specifics of each changelog note, or regale you with anecdotes of developer frustration, the goal here was to bring you fine folk of Azeroth up to speed on progress for the project, more clearly define its difficulty, and clear the air of any lingering notions of it being dead or forgotten. Expect regular weekly updates in the future about this continuing project, or other special reports when it hits major milestones like a closed alpha release. That is, if they don't completely freak out when I ask to make that information public. Before I close this special report, I'd like to ask if you have any questions you'd like me to bring to Cenarius or other interested parties. I am only one orc, and there are plenty of insights I won't have. So reach out privately or post in the comments of this broadcast. If you appreciate this kind of reporting and want to support community-driven news like this, don't forget to like and subscribe. You can always join my live stream news broadcast on Twitch and YouTube to learn more, so make sure to enable notifications or follow to catch the latest news. Thank you as always for watching. Take care of yourself, and remember, the deadliest weapon is knowledge.
Demon-spawned wretches,